from Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, this is ABC Big 2 News at 11:30.
Developing now at 11:30, we're learning the shocking new details leading up to the deadly mass shooting that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. Good morning, everyone. I'm Matt Font. Moments before carrying out the deadly attack at Robb Elementary School, the suspected gunman sent a string of messages detailing his exact plan. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
The mother of Salvador Ramos, the gunman who police say killed 19 children and 2 teachers, telling ABC News she had, quote, uneasy feelings sometimes about her son, saying he can be aggressive if he got really mad. Also, the communications between the gunman and a 15-year-old girl in Germany now raising questions about missed warning signs. ABC News reviewing a string of text messages through Facebook the gunman allegedly sent the teen he met online, detailing he'd shoot his grandmother and was heading to a school. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, telling ABC News those messages were one-to-one text messages and were not public. This as new details emerge in the investigation and the timeline of the killings. Authorities now say the gunman was inside the school for about 40 minutes before he was killed by officers. Investigators say it all began around 11 a.m. when the 18-year-old suspect shot his grandmother in the face and took off in her truck before crashing about a block and a half from the school. Then, dressed in tactical gear, he ran toward the school with a backpack and an AR-15 style rifle, and at 11:32 was confronted by a school resource officer outside. But officials say at that point, no shots had been fired.
Gunfire was not exchanged, but the subject was able to make it into the school.
Law enforcement officials say they're now reviewing this video, which appears to show the suspect entering the school as part of their investigation.
The gunman then entered a back door and went down 2 short hallways and then into a classroom on the left-hand side.
Authorities say a multi-agency tactical team breached that 4th grade classroom door. A Border Patrol SWAT team member killing the suspect.
They put together a entry team and they found the gunman in one of the classrooms and they took out the threat.
And first responders painting a gut-wrenching picture of the panic here at the scene. One fireman telling ABC News that desperate parents were rushing to the school, some smashing windows and pulling their kids out of those classrooms. I'm Morgan Norwood in Uvalde, Texas, ABC News.
Now this morning, as people in the community and across the nation continue to mourn, white crosses with each victim's name and candles were set up outside Robb Elementary to honor the loved ones lost. And to relieve some of the emotional and psychological stress in the community, Berman and Macy the therapy dog are one of 7 teams on their way to Texas from Central Florida, where they will have a busy schedule of meeting and providing comfort to those impacted by the tragedy.
We're already scheduled. We're going to the hospitals to work with the first responders there, the nurses, the doctors, families. We're meeting with law enforcement, and we're meeting with the school administration. That's all confirmed so far.
President Biden is also expected to travel to Texas in the coming days. And one local organization that was created after a mass shooting in Odessa back in 2019 is giving some advice on how to talk to your kids. The Family Resiliency Center of the Permian Basin says shootings like the one in Uvalde could cause re-traumatization for locals who went through the shooting back in 2019. They advise on ways you could approach the topic when talking to your kids.
Before we tell them that it's okay to not be okay and that it's okay to feel feelings of sadness, confusion, fear, anxiety, that we as adults take a moment and recognize that we also have these feelings and that we may need help to process.
Some important ways to start communication with your children on grief and tragedy are to have honest and open conversations, review safety emergency plans, encourage kids to talk about their feelings, talk to a professional, and finally recognize changes in behavior. Now, all of this heartbreak comes as the debate over gun laws ramps up once again following the tragic shooting. Many Senate Republicans still seem opposed passing legislation that would restrict Americans' access to guns. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
President Biden pleading to get assault-style rifles off the streets.
The idea that an 18-year-old can walk into a store and buy weapons of war designed and marketed to kill is, I think, just wrong.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott insists, though, guns were not the problem in the Uvalde school massacre.
We have a problem with mental health illness in this community.
Abbott's words sparking outrage as his opponent in the race for Texas Governor Beto O'Rourke interrupted his press conference. The 18-year-old shooter in Uvalde had bought 2 AR-15s right after turning of age. But some elected officials refused to even address the question or offer any solutions to the mass shootings occurring in the country.
Do you support expanded background checks? Senator Sinema, do you support changing the Senate rules in order to pass gun control legislation? Can you assure the American people that this time something will get done?
I can't assure the American people there's any law we can pass to stop this shooting.
The inaction by members of Congress is in stark contrast to what Americans want. New polling after the shooting by Politico and Morning Consult shows 88% of people do want background checks, and 84% say they want to prevent sales of firearms to people reported as dangerous. There still may be a legislative path forward, as moderate Democratic Senator Joe Manchin signaled he would be open to discuss scrapping the filibuster if both sides of the aisle can't come to an agreement on gun control.
Now, the NRA is meeting in Houston tomorrow, not far from where the shooting happened. The event set to feature former President Donald Trump, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, and Senator Ted Cruz as its speakers. So far, the NRA has not announced any changes to its schedule, but the organization did tweet its sympathies to the families of Uvalde on Wednesday. Now, to stay up to date with the latest developments in the mass shooting and the debate over gun laws, head to yourbasin.com.
And now, your forecast first on ABC Big 2 News.
Now we're going to check in with meteorologist Ryan DePhillips on this Thursday morning. And Ryan, we've talked about it all morning, soaking in this last of the cool weather before the heat arrives this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait to be outside for today because, yeah, here comes the heat. 90s and triple digits tomorrow. And for Memorial Day weekend, it got into the 40s and 50s across the region this morning. Clear skies, dry conditions, and light winds. Currently sitting at 81 degrees in the tall city. Ample sunshine. The sun rose at 6:46 a.m. and ever since then, those temperatures have really warmed up. We do notice that the relative humidity, 18%, not quite low enough to elevate the risk of fire danger and not quite breezy enough to really, again, elevate the risk of fire danger. So that's certainly good news for now. That might change, though, as we head this weekend. Again, temperatures warming up today near normal in the low to mid 90s, near 100 degrees by the Rio Grande, cooling off tonight in the 50s and 60s. And yeah, I'll be tracking the heat as we head into tomorrow and Memorial Day weekend. Back to you, Matt.
This is an ABC Big 2 breaking news alert.
This morning we have some breaking news now from Hollywood. Actor Ray Liotta has died. He was best known for playing Henry Hill in Goodfellas. He was 67 years old. We don't know the cause of his death yet, but we'll have much more on this story coming up tonight on ABC Big 2 News. Now this morning we turn to parents across the country still in dire need of baby formula. Dr. Joe Biden made a visit to an airport that delivered the second shipment of the formula to the U.S. The shipment contained 100,000 pounds of formula, which equals out to 1 million 8-ounce bottles. It will go to a distribution factory before reaching stores and hospitals. Walmart has pulled some Juneteenth ice cream out of its stores after social media backlash. The Great Value Red Velvet and Cheesecake ice cream was promoting the new federal holiday with slogans sharing African American culture, emancipation, and hope. However, people on social media criticized the retailer for exploiting black culture for commercial gain. Walmart has apologized and said it will review and pull those products. One of the largest automakers in the world is cutting back. Toyota announced that they will cut global production for the month of June by about 100,000 vehicles due to the global shortage of computer chips. This will result in about 850,000 vehicles being made next month. And a social media giant pays up after selling user data. Twitter settled a privacy lawsuit with the Justice Department and the FTC to the tune of $150 million. This covers a complaint that Twitter used email addresses and phone numbers from accounts for targeted ads, which constitutes a misrepresentation of Twitter's privacy policies. And Amazon is breaking into the brick-and-mortar clothing retail space. Its Amazon-style store in Los Angeles uses machine learning technology to help shoppers find clothes and even personalize recommendations. Customers using the Amazon app will also have the option to try out their selections at the store, and they'll get notified when fitting rooms are available. Well, surging inflation may have you looking to try and save some money if you're heading out of town this Memorial Day weekend or planning ahead for summer. Surging inflation may have you looking to try and save some money if you're heading out of town this Memorial Day weekend or planning ahead for summer. Travel experts say you may want to go to less visited places to try and find deals. A report says you may be able to book cheaper flights to locations like Nicaragua, Colombia, Europe, and Canada. Also consider alternative lodging when you arrive and book home rentals to try and save some money. Now, if renting a car is in your future ahead of the holiday weekend, ABC's Becca Worley has more on the new way to rent that may help you save.
Land, rent, drive. But with the rental car shortage, now a new way to get a car. Peer-to-peer rental services like Turo and Getaround.
Just like you can rent a home on Airbnb, you're renting directly from a private car owner.
To try it out, my producer Sarah and I reserved the least expensive cars available on the same day, either at or as close as possible to our respective airports in New Jersey and California. First up, Turo. It's being delivered to me, but just got a message that the car delivery is going to be about 40 minutes late. The car I booked, a Mercedes, at $183. For comparison, the least expensive traditional rental I could find is almost the same price at $182. It's a Chevy Spark, which is the basic economy option. Okay, the delivery was late, but the driver was super communicative and couldn't have been nicer. Plus, this car is sweet. My producer Sarah had an easy on-time delivery of her car from Turo in Newark.
The car is clean. It looks great.
Now, with Getaround, it was more complicated. Sarah's car was supposed to be at the airport in a parking garage, but on the day of the rental, they informed her it was nearly 40 minutes away. Getaround offered her a full refund, so we tried it again on a different day. And while the car was where it was supposed to be, it was dirty, and it had a tire pressure warning when she started it. For me, trying Getaround in San Francisco, there were no airport options, so I take an Uber to the car. Estimated cost, about $25. Getaround cars unlock remotely. Hey, it did it! A lot of air freshener going on.
When you're renting from a private person, there's a lot of uncertainty. And so you do have a risk of getting to your car and it not meeting your standards of cleanliness.
But the Getaround car drove well and brakes are very good. Feels like brand new brakes. Getaround tells us we have policies in place regarding car cleanliness and provide guidelines to hosts, car owners on location accuracy. We will continue to work with our hosts to ensure our guests find and book affordable, convenient, and safe cars. And Turo says it is rare that a host will perform below our expectations for quality and timeliness.
Now, the kickoff to the unofficial start of summer this weekend is expected to see 39.2 million people travel, according to AAA, which is up 8.3% from last year. Well, coming up, how a DNA kit brought two adopted sisters together after spending their whole lives apart.
And light winds are dominating the region. We had pretty chilly conditions this morning, but temperatures warming up in the 80s and 90s in many locations today, and even triple digits near the Rio Grande. Breezier conditions as we head into tomorrow from the south, and I'll be tracking the near triple digit readings as we head later tomorrow.
Weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. with Chief Meteorologist Chase Menendez.
If your floors look like this, then it's time to call West Texas Commercial Cleaning. Using one of the most advanced floor cleaners available, they'll make your floors shine.
West Texas Commercial Cleaning. Let us bring your floors back to life.
Here you go again, dealing with the ups and downs of allergies. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we can help you get off the ride for good. Unlike daily allergy meds, our clinically proven treatments offer decades of relief. From our convenient at-home allergy drops to exact immunoplasty that can alleviate symptoms in just 3 visits. Stop masking your symptoms and get to the root of the problem. Book your appointment at aspireallergy.com or call us to schedule.
When you have a big family like ours, you're always looking for a great value. That's why we bought our new home from A1 Homes. We traded in our mobile home and got a great deal on a new one. The best part, now another family can purchase our pre-owned home at a great price. A1 Homes can also help you find land and financing. They have homes perfect for any size family. A1 Homes, trade in, trade up, serving Midland and Odessa. Se habla español.
A1 is #1.
Your mission?
Find an electricity plan that's good for your wallet and the environment. The solution? Pick your free from Reliant. Choose free electricity on flex days, weekends, or nights. Now powered by 100% solar energy. Plus, track your free electricity usage with the Reliant app.
Call 1-866-RELIANT to pick your free.
Reliant. Mission accomplished.
Suddenlink is becoming Optimum, and bit by bit, we're making big changes to reconnect with you. Like building Optimum Fiber, a new 100% fiber internet network, and combining it with Optimum Mobile for complete connectivity. We're giving you more flexibility with no forced bundles or annual contracts. And we're here for you with 24/7 support, with your satisfaction backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee. Little by little, progress adds up to something bigger. Reconnecting with you. Let's reconnect.
Spokesperson for Robert White.
You get hurt in a car wreck and you need a lawyer? How much does it cost to hire Robert White?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
It costs you absolutely nothing up front to hire me. I don't get paid unless you get paid. It's just that easy.
Now your local weather authority forecast.
Ample sunshine dominating the region. A live look at the Tall City thanks to our Roof Spy Nicholas Sky Tracker. We do see it is certainly beautiful out there. We have a little bit of haze along the horizon, but not really affecting us in terms of any bad visibility or any blowing dust for that matter. Very pleasant weather day today, but warmer and breezier weather is on its way. It's a stark contrast from the severe weather we saw on Tuesday. And speaking of that, this week's weather photo winner, thanks to Danica Aguirre, who sent in some hailstones in Midland. Take a look at these hailstones. We see the transparency in these hailstones. That's because the atmosphere is very powerful and it really provided a lot of instability, a lot of humidity, a lot of strong winds. And again, these hailstones were the byproduct. These hailstones about tennis ball sized, and they were enough to damage the windshields of cars. So yeah, it was pretty inclement in terms of that weather on Tuesday, but much more nice weather. But again, that rainfall didn't really help out with the drought situation, unfortunately. This is the latest update within the drought monitor. Exceptional drought in the northern basin, the southern basin. Again, that's exceptional drought. The worst form of drought, and this drought that we're in is comparable to the one we saw in 2011, 2012, the worst in record history, again, across the Midland and Odessa area. So we really need that rainfall, and that same low pressure system that did bring us some storms moving off to the north and east of Oklahoma City. Here across the region, clear skies, dry conditions, and still an easterly wind providing slightly cooler weather compared to what we saw last weekend. Low temperature this morning, 53 degrees, 92 degrees this afternoon, right around that average high of 92 degrees, but that low temperature, 14 degrees lower than that average low of 66 degrees. Right around 81 degrees right now, warming up in the 90s in many locations. But in the Rio Grande, I do think we'll reach more than 100 degrees in Presidio before cooling down tonight in the 50s and 60s. Not quite as chilly as what we're seeing right now, and that is because of those southerly and easterly winds slowly but surely warming up the atmosphere. Low temperature near normal at 64 degrees, mostly clear skies, but those winds will still be light for now. Those winds are eventually going to start picking up as we head into tomorrow. Again, very pleasant weather conditions today. Ample sunshine, light winds, fairly dry conditions, but not too dry to promote the risk of fire danger. Some humidity may actually spark up some storms in the Trans-Pecos tomorrow, but the key word being few storms, not really going to amount to too much. It will be a mild morning tomorrow morning in Midland and Odessa, 67 degrees, sunny and breezy throughout the day. Temperatures warming up in the 80s and 90s, close to the century mark by the afternoon and still very warm by the evening hours. So again, near normal temperatures today, way above normal temperatures as we head into tomorrow. More than 100 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, and for Memorial Day, very windy, partly cloudy, a little bit more humid with a high temperature of 96 degrees.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Now to the incredible story of two adopted sisters living in two different countries reunited after they both took a DNA test. ABC's Michael Strahan has the heartwarming story.
It's a discovery no one knew was possible. Two sisters born in China, both adopted into two different countries, never knowing the other existed until now. 20-year-old Hannah Raleigh adopted at 13 months old to a family in Chicago. She had no information about her biological family, but always had a feeling there was someone else out there.
When I was little, I just had this idea that I always had like an older sibling, and I always wanted one.
She took a 23andMe DNA test in December 2020, and a month later,
that's when I found my sister. I was really surprised. I was like, oh no, I have a sister, what do I do? All the thoughts were going through my head at once, and I kind of panicked. But I ended up sending her a message that night, and surprisingly enough, like 20 minutes later, she responded to me.
The first sentence was like, hi, apparently we're like biological sister. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
25-year-old Lamia Rivar, who was also adopted from China, growing up in French-speaking Quebec, Canada. After taking her DNA test 2 years ago, she forgot about it when she had no close matches.
I was in shock, really in shock. I couldn't sleep like all night after the ecmail.
For the past year, the two video chatting weekly, making up for lost time. Their parents thrilled.
Oh my God, I was ecstatic for her. She was so over the top happy that she had found somebody.
Ben oui, moi je dirais aux gens d'aller passer un test parce que c'est vraiment merveilleux ce qu'ils vivent ensemble. Mon Dieu, je t'émotive.
And realizing they are more similar than they ever imagined.
First, we look alike.
We had the same kind of fashion sense.
We're really close to our families.
Even the food that we like is pretty similar. Our go-to like midnight snack isn't like ice cream, it's popcorn or chips.
We do have the same kind of taste in men, if I can say that.
It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing to meet my sister.
How awesome is that? And happy to report that the two sisters were finally reunited in person for the first time yesterday on Good Morning America. The two say they're already planning on continuing to get together, with their first trip already booked to Montreal next month. Well, coming up, find out which Texas cities made the list for best places to break out the bike and go for a ride. And as we head to break, a reminder that if you see news happening, share your videos and photos on social media with us. Make sure you use the hashtag ABC Big 2 News. And we want to see your birthday celebration. Submit content on social media using the hashtag ABC Big 2 News or go to yourbasin.com. We feature birthday photos on Good Morning Basin Fridays at 6 a.m.
Recovering from an illness or an injury? At Ashton Medical Lodge, our rehab program is tailored to each individual, and our goal is to restore you to full health and function to get you back home quickly. Patient care is our top priority. Come by or give us a call.
5 years ago, I reconnected with my estranged father, and that's just something I never ever thought could happen. But when he became a believer, he just had this insatiable appetite to learn the Bible, and he began to watch Dr. Stanley.
God always blesses obedience without an exception.
He teaches in a way that it just makes sense, and I feel like that's the way our Heavenly Father would teach us.
Allen's Gallery has been serving West Texas since 1995, and we are proud to carry some of the best furniture and mattress brands still made in America. Lazy Boy, Best, Mayo, Wow-Pedic. For almost 3 decades, Allen's Furniture has been the #1 price leader, and we will continue that tradition at Allen's Gallery. We'll save you money. Wow!
Why hide your skin? If Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control. Hide my skin? Not me. By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Want to do more for your brain? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Arriva Plus fuels 6 indicators of brain health. Memory, focus, accuracy, learning, concentration, and reasoning. Arriva, do more for your brain.
Watch ABC Big 2 News weeknights at 5, 6, and 10.
Texas has several bike-friendly cities, and natural gas prices hit the highest since 2008. Jane King is at the NASDAQ with those stories and more in today's Texas Business Report.
Hello, Texas. Natural gas prices are at the highest in a decade. Dwindling inventories are pushing prices higher. Drivers are already grappling with record high gas prices. Now utility bills are set to increase too. Well, Grand Prairie named one of the best cities for a summer internship. Wallet Hub says Brownsville was found to have the lowest availability of internships. The survey was based on the youth job market and social environment and affordability. Well, shale oil production has slowed in the U.S. Publicly traded independent oil companies, which produce more than half of U.S. crude, are now giving about a third of their cash flow back to investors instead of investing in more drilling and exploration. And several Texas cities are among those best for biking. LawnStarter.com says San Antonio ranks 24th best. Houston and Austin were 25th and 26th. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King with your Texas Business Report.
KMID is the basin's first television station. From 1953 until now and beyond. We're always first, always accurate, and always proud to call the basin home. Watch ABC Big 2 News. Are you looking for a job in the fast-paced world of news? ABC Big 2 is currently hiring for the following positions. Qualified applicants, head over to yourbasin.com and click on Work for Us under the Jobs tab.
The Bob Mills Memorial Day free event. It's this weekend only, and nobody does free like me. With any selected Queen mattress, I'm giving you the exclusive Mood Base free. Remember, this weekend only, the Bob Mills Memorial Day free event.
Distracted driving can happen to anyone, anytime. Eating, doing your makeup, and the #1 culprit, texting and driving. Did you know that texting and driving is 6 times deadlier than driving under the influence of alcohol? If you've been injured in a wreck from distracted driving, call HQ Chiropractic anytime, 24/7. HQ Chiropractic will get you the help you need when you need it.
You ever feel like life's out of control? Maybe alcohol, drugs, sexual abuse, divorce, or anger has touched your life, and you feel like things are never going to get better. There's hope. It's called Celebrate Recovery, a program based on the truths found in the Bible, the ultimate recovery manual. If life is an endless cycle of hurts, habits, and hang-ups, Celebrate Recovery is the place for you. For more information, call us, Kelview Heights Baptist Church, 682-3842.
The Bob Mills Memorial Day free event. It's this weekend only, and nobody does free like me. With any selected Queen mattress, I'm giving you the exclusive Mood Base free. Remember, this weekend only, the Bob Mills Memorial Day free event.
Up on GMA3, the latest from the devastating mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Amy Robach is on the ground with ABC News correspondent Maria Villarreal. Also, our Eva Pilgrim sitting down with some of Hollywood's biggest AANHPI stars to learn how they're shattering harmful stereotypes. Also, a YouTube cooking star sharing the secrets to a better burger just in time for Memorial Day weekend. And then the Tony-nominated star of MJ the Musical on Broadway is here in studio with us. All this coming up on GMA3.
All right, looking forward to it. Now let's send things over to Ryan for one last check at the forecast.
Current temperature in the tall city, 82 degrees, warming up to 92. So near normal for this time of year, but a little bit below normal this morning at 53 degrees. Ample sunshine throughout the day with dry conditions and light winds. Overnight lows in the 60s, 64 degrees in Midland and Odessa. 99 tomorrow with breezier conditions. Hot on Saturday, 104 degrees, 101 on Sunday. So yeah, very hot Memorial Day weekend, but mid to upper 90s on Memorial Day with strong winds, Matt.
Ryan, my only question for you is, is there a chance we'll see these cooler temps throughout maybe the next few weeks or month, or is it hot from here on out?
Well, I think all we need is a cold front. I think later next week we might see a little slightly cooler weather. Right?
So we'll hold out hope.
Yeah, Matt should come in the form of rain.
Well, there we go. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.